crypto seems to be one of like your new primary focuses, and it's kind of emerging in very much a similar way.
Mhm.
People gravitating to value in this energy that you're speaking of.
Right.
And so first, what drew you to this? What do you think is the thing that is the draw for everyone else that you're seeing right now? And where do you think we're going?
All right. So crypto has properties to it that are valuable within the protocol, within the way that you can compare crypto to the current assets that might be equivalent to crypto, right? So let's say something like gold. So we're talking about value, we're talking about even like now currency, cryptocurrency. A lot of people over the years have invested in or mined or held gold and silver and copper, right? So let's just use gold as those three. And so if I'm going to use gold as a store of value, right? So meaning I have $10,000 of value and I'm going to buy gold with it because there's all these things that can happen to the fiat, right? So if I hold cash, I run risk right now. So we're just getting into the details of like what makes crypto valuable. So if I hold $10,000 in fiat, I risk inflation, right? So I risk over the years that money being worth 10,000 going down to 9,000, 8,000, right? And what I can actually purchase with that money, right? So some people are like,
Diminishing
okay, diminishing purchasing power, right? So which means that's why people are like investing in stocks, they're investing in assets that can go up in value, right? Rather than go down in value like their cash. So many people, buy things like gold and all these other assets. So gold is very popular around the world. It's like for years, for decades, it's been used as one of the main trading commodities. Now, when you compare gold to crypto, there's certain attributes that crypto has that gold doesn't have, right? So currently, I can purchase $1 million of Bitcoin, and in order to transport it, let's say I want to go from America to anywhere in the world, I can literally just have 12 words memorized or written down somewhere. And I can now go anywhere in the world and I won't have that gold confiscated, right? So the security cost of me having that $1 million of gold goes down to literally zero. Now, if I wanted to travel from America to anywhere in the world with $1 million worth of gold, how much money would I have to invest in securing that? Do you see what I'm saying? It might be
Mhm.
10, 20. The price goes up higher and higher because now it's worth $1 million for someone to steal that gold from me. Clear and simple, $1 million. So they can even invest $500,000 to steal that $1 million of gold, and they have a $500,000 return, right? So there's things about crypto that are emerging components that I feel like actually give it an advantage to something like gold. Another thing is very easy for someone to even just come into your home and confiscate your gold, right? So there's so many things that I'm seeing that exist within crypto, the transportability, the low cost of security, and also just how the government is starting to impose all these extra taxes and all these extra things where it's like, what if you wanted to move somewhere that didn't have these same taxes, and for whatever reason, the government is stopping you or is blocking your bank account, or is where you have your gold stored, they're putting liens on it, and all these things, like, they might have the legality to do that, and you might now have to fight them in court, is what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying? And 5, 10 years later, you might get your stuff back because you legally actually had the right to do that, but they also had the legal right to
Time value,
stop.
yeah, yeah, the value of time.
So again, like, I'm looking at these things from a philosophical level of why should you think about owning different currencies? Like, what's the point of that, right? Like, what's the point of having cash? What's the point of having any currency? And yeah, we have both seen, I'm 41 years old. Like, I've seen the dollar crash over my lifetime. I remember being able to go to the store with a dollar and leave with a bag full of shit. Like, swear, you would have a soda can, you'd have a bag of chips You'd have all types of candy. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
now you ain't even getting a candy bar for $1, bro. Good luck. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous how the prices of everything have like pretty much tripled or quadrupled or 4 or 5x. Like growing up gas was $1, now it's $5. That's 5x. And so yeah, I think those are one of the reasons. And then there's a lot of other reasons. I think the invention of the smart contract is really amazing. I think the concept of having trustless communities is really interesting. So let's say I buy Bitcoin, right? And I'm like, hey, I've heard about Bitcoin. I like it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to hold it. Me and you might have done the same thing 5 years later, right? We might not know each other, but now we're literally on the same team. We're in this trustless community where we're now incentivized for this asset, which is true for any asset. If you buy Microsoft and I buy Microsoft, we ain't gonna go online shit talking Microsoft. Why would we do that, right? We have an incentive for the price of Microsoft to go up, right? The only reason we might do that is because we think it's gonna help the price go up, but you don't shit on your bags essentially.